What's good, YT? It's Sap, and if you clicked on this video today, you're obviously here to see how to level up fast in Warframe. Alright, so there's just a couple of disclaimers when starting this video. First things first, this video is from my perspective. So that being said, I only have 1 month, a little over a month played. At the time of recording this video, I think it was like 36 days played, something like that. But you know, right now I have like, I'll say like 40, I'm below 45 days. I have about 40 something days played, maybe like 43, 44, something like that. So I've been playing about a month and a half. So disclaimer, I am not technically a veteran, but I would consider myself a person who has leveled up quickly myself. And as for another disclaimer, this is less of a disclaimer, more of like an information about me. I am completely free to play. I have not spent a single dime. I have not spent a single penny on this game. Every bit, every little tiny piece of platinum I have traded for in trade chat and earned in game. Another minor disclaimer: disregard all background footage, because I think I'm like cracking relics or grinding Uncharted Lanthorn. I don't even know, bro. Just the background footage has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Disregard all background footage. So this video is gonna be guided more towards the newer, not really the newer player is gonna be guided more towards newer players. The early game, the mid game, and the early late game. Because I would consider myself, I would say I'm in the early late game, and I'm slowly transitioning into the late game. So that's pretty much where I think I'm at. This video will be geared heavily, I would say, towards mid game players and towards early to late game, well, early late game players. So this video is basically to help you, guide you, and give you a direction of where you should be going, what you should be doing in game to level up quickly. Because yes, you can go play relic missions, crack relics, play with your clan and stuff. You can go mess around, do bounties, but you need direction of what you need to do to get the builds you need to complete the content that you want to complete, to get the items that you need. So provide you with some of the tips that I have used personally in leveling up fast, some of the things that I have done incorrectly that has hindered my leveling progress, so you do not make the same mistakes as I did, so you can level up even faster than me. So in about a month, I have pretty much every build that I currently need. I just need to level up a couple more things, working on some late game builds, but I'll get into all that stuff later on in the video. Right now, what we need to discuss. Let's start off with the most important tip. Literally, this is tied with this video is not going to be in chronological order. It's not going to be from the best tip to the worst tip, from the worst tip to the best tip. It's not going to be like that. But I will tell you, there are 2 tips that shine above the rest that will carry you so much through this game. And this tip that I'm about to share with y'all is an abstract tip, but it is the most important tip tied alongside with the most important tip that I'm going to share with you a little later on in the video when the time comes. And I'll tell you when it's the most important. But this is tied with the most important clip. I cannot stress this to you enough. Do not listen to high MRs. Do not listen to high mastery rank. That is the #1, tied with the #1 most important tip. Let me tell you why. High mastery ranks have been playing the game for 8 years plus. No, okay, maybe not 8 years, but they've been playing the game for a long time. And so the way they see Warframe as an overtime game. They see it as take your time, do this, do that, and just level up gradually. They've played the game on and off for who knows years, so they don't see a rush in playing the game. Me personally, when I play games, I like to level up. I like to level up quickly, and I don't like to be hindered by any progress. But I've seen a trend in high master ranks literally telling you, they literally tell you to not blow through the game. This is the exact opposite of what I want to do. They tell me to take my time, don't blow through the game. They tell me to for instance, in terms of plat making, they will tell you to Get a set that's unvaulted now, hold the set for 9 months later on and sell it for 300 plat when it becomes less valuable. They tell you all these tips for long term. They tell you, oh yeah, you want to level up, just build stuff, you know, buy something, wait 2 weeks to do this, wait 3 weeks to do that, wait 3 months to do this, take your time through that. This is not a guide to make platinum in the long run. This is not what this is for. I've been playing the game for a month. I make platinum just fine. Yes, I may make a little bit less per set, but when I'm selling sets of Warframes off, I'm still making plat right now. I'm not waiting 9 months to make plat. I'm telling you right now, in 9 months, I'm gonna be real. I'm probably not gonna play this game because I'm gonna have everything in the game. I'm gonna just say that right now, because this game is easy to make plat off of trades. It's easy to make stuff in the short term. And if you want me to give out a short-term platinum guide, I will. I'll go into that later on in the video though. But so tip number 1 out the way. I'm not saying to not listen to anything that high MRs are saying, because high MRs, of course, they have knowledge of how to build stuff. They have knowledge of what different mods do, what different Warframes do. I'm saying, first of all, do your own research like you should do anything in life. Just do your own research. Second of all, play the game how you want, yes, but for this guide, I'm gonna be real, if you play the game how you want, you're not gonna level up fast. I'm gonna just say that. Because if you play, oh yeah, you like doing survival missions, you like cracking relics, yeah, you're not gonna level up fast, bro. I'm gonna just be real. Play the game how you want, but I'm giving you the guide that has helped me level up fast and that can help you level up faster. So whether you want to listen to what I'm saying or not, that's on you. I'm not a high MR, but I have leveled up fairly quickly, I would think, in my eyes. But yeah, so be careful of what you take from high MRs. And when they start, if a high MR starts saying something like take your time, wait 3 months to sell a set, if they're saying wait to do stuff, bro, just disregard what they're saying. That's my most important tip, because especially when about to start new war, when you're about to start a new war and high MRs are telling you to, oh yeah, get your necromech maxed out, get your railjack maxed out, disregard every last word that they're saying, because what I say to you is, I have played New War. No New War spoilers here, by the way. I don't do spoilers. I'm not a fan. But I have played New War, and what I will say to you is, I've heard experiences from other people who have played New War without a maxed out railjack. Now, I did have a pretty high level railjack, but you don't need it. I've heard experiences from other people saying they've started New War with the base railjack and completed it no problem. I started New War with the base necromech and completed no problem. So what I'm saying to you is, right now, here's another tip. When you unlock New War, play New War. Like, it should be you should get your railjack. You probably get your railjack before your necromech, because it's easier. You get your railjack and you get the resources you need to get your necromech. And as soon as you build your necromech, literally as soon as it finishes building, and you have, not even if you have time, as soon as it finishes building, stop what you're doing in game and go play New War. Go play New War, go finish New War. You can pause it, you can leave your game on. If you got 30 minutes to play 30 minutes of New War, pause your game, come back to it later. New War, once you complete New War, it opens up so many doors in this game. So this is a very important tip right here. Tip number whatever, I'll have it on screen. I don't know what tip it is. I'm just talking, but I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell you the correct information. So New War, what you do first for the early game players, be careful who you listen to, right? So now we're getting into the more technical tips right now. So as a brand spanking new player, this is for the new players, all my newbies. So what you need to do is complete every single node on your star chart. That should be your primary objective. Before we talk about that, let's talk about this tip right here. So here's a tip. The tip is make goals in Warframe. So before you hop on the Notes app on your phone or whatever you have, you want to be working towards a specific goal in game. Your overall long-term goal, my personal overall long-term goal is to become plat rich, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on in the vid. becoming plat rich is my long-term goal, and then you gotta figure out what steps you need to take to reach your long-term goal. So when you're hopping on for the day, make a couple of goals. Oh, I'm gonna grind bounties today, I'm gonna crack relics today, I'm gonna complete new war today, I'm gonna do some star chart grinding today, I'm gonna grind out a new Warframe today. Just make little goals like that. Oh, I'm gonna get this build ready for the, let's say, I'm gonna get this build ready for survival missions, I'm gonna get this build ready for spy missions, I'm gonna get this build. Just make whatever goal you gotta make today. So make daily goals in Warframe to progress towards your overall goal. So long-term goal, my personal opinion, your long-term goal too should be to become plat rich, because when you become plat rich, you can buy everything in game, free to play, may I add that. But that should be everyone's long-term goal, to become plat rich. Not that, I mean, of course, if everyone's plat rich, no one's plat rich, right? So not everyone's gonna try and become plat rich. But what I'm saying is that should be your overall goal, because that's the easiest way to level up is platinum, if you haven't figured out by now. So let's talk about some individual goals that you should have in terms of the stage of the game that you're in. So as an early game player, you should not even worry about platinum. Should not be on your mind at all. You need to be, so your first goal should be to rank up to, like, what is it, MR4 or MR5, whatever MR you get the Kuva weapons at is, that's the goal MR that you need to rank up to, so you can get some the Kuva weapon of your choice, right? So MR0 to MR4, you don't really need to focus on grinding that. Just play the game naturally, I would say. But your very first medium-term goal, so you got your short-term goals, hop on the game, try and get a Kuva weapon, whatever. But your important goal that you need as an early game player from MR like 0 to 8, you need to complete your start chart. That is the most important goal that you can do, because once you complete your start chart, you unlock things such as arbitrations, which is a big way to make plat if you're a new player. And I'll go into that later on in the video, which is coming up soon. But if you want to make plat to get the builds you need for later game content, you need to start with a baseline of plat. And in order to get easily a baseline of plat, you need to complete your star chart so you can unlock arbitrations, and I'll go into that into greater detail. But first things first, complete your star chart, complete new war. This also gives you access to the chrysalis, which you can get a very OP Incarnon weapons. I'm not gonna be, like I said, I'm not gonna be vague in this video. So the weapon I am specifically talking about is the Latum. The Latum will carry you through the game. Get the Latum. That's all. That's literally the only Incarnon weapon you need. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, get the Fenmore, the Ferrax, get the no. Get the Latum. The Latum is overpowered. It is broken. It is very easy to obtain. Get the Latum. And also, just a quick side note here, you will actually need 2 other Incarnon weapons, such as the Inotum and the Felrax, in order to max out the potential of your Latum, so just keep that in mind. Yes, I'm saying get the Latum, you don't need the other ones, but technically you will need the other ones if you want to max out the potential of the damage on your actual Latum. So just keep that in mind. You do need 2 more Incarnon weapons alongside with your Latum, so 3 total Incarnon weapons to make the Latum as full power as it can be. That's just a little side note that I forgot to throw in there. That should be your main. That's my main weapon right now, because it's so easy to obtain and it does insane amounts of damage. You can solo Archons with it, but you get so many good things after you break that new war barrier. Before new war, you just are hindered by the power that you can do. You really can't make plat as easy as you can because you don't have access to arbitrations. There's another way to make plat that's very easy. It's out right now. I'll go into the plat making tip section, which will be later on in the video, which is very important. You see how I'm specifying where it's at in the vid. But yeah, so early game players, complete your star chart, complete new war, level up to MR8. it'll be very easy to level up to MR8. You know, get you a couple of frames, get you a Rhino, you got your mag or your Volt, you get a whole bunch of new weapons. Complete your star chart, man. Complete your star chart, complete new war. Complete your star chart, complete new war. Complete your star chart, complete new war. That's your very first important goal in this game. So, once you've done that, you're around MR8, you have entered the mid game. So, for early game, another important thing to note is you want a good AoE damage frame. You want one survivability frame and you want a good AoE damage frame. My AoE damage frame of choice is Aku. I don't know what yours will be. You can choose whatever you want. It doesn't matter. I don't really know a lot of good frames, but there's probably a whole bunch of good frames that you probably already have or that you want to get into, look into, whatever. I chose Zaku. I bought Zaku with the platinum that I earned in game. I got the helmet segment from Dayssss. You need to be level 3 Dayssss to get the helmet segment to put subsumes on it. So I put a Hero subsume for survivability. Also, get you a Revenant. That's another important tip. Get Revenant. That's literally a tip by itself. If you need to get carried through missions, bro, and not die, such as arbitration or Archon hunts, get Revenant. That's the easiest tip I can say. Make platinum, buy Revenant with platinum that you make, and I'll go over how to make platinum later in the video. So 2 frames that you need: AoE damage frame and Revenant. Revenant is for survivability. AoE damage frame is so you can blow through your low level missions. My AoE damage frame of choice is Zaku. You can choose whoever you want, but you need Revenant Prime. Get Revenant Prime. Buy them with plat. Buy them with the plat that you earn in game. You can be free to play and still buy stuff with plat. So when I say buy it with plat, buy it with plat. Another thing you can do, buy mods with plat as well. Mods are the most important thing in the game. Your Warframe, your Revenant Prime will be absolutely dookie if you have no mods on it. So, well, actually, Revenant is so OP. Who knows? You probably don't even need mods, but get mods. Get mods, use mods, and yeah. Bonus tip. Here is a bonus tip for all the players in the game, really, from early to late game. The bonus tip that I've recently found out. This is the secret to damage. The secret. I've been wondering, like, I would be in Archon hunts. I'm over here, I'm like, yo, I got the Latum. Why am I not doing damage? What's up with my damage? I mean, I built it right. I built it the same way, just as this YouTube video said it. Why is my build not working? One single word. Eclipse. Eclipse is such a massive damage booster. People need to put more emphasis on it. People would just be like, oh yeah, just assume Eclipse for your helmet ability. I get they say it, but they don't emphasize how important it is. You need Eclipse to do massive amounts of weapon damage. When I say massive amounts, it's not just a little booster, it's a big booster. It's a multiplier. So when you use Eclipse, you will do so much more damage. You can do so much more damage than you ever thought you could. I was going from 5-shot Eidolon limbs to my Rubico to 1-shot Eidolon limbs. I started to absolutely mow down Archons with the same Latum build that I had without Eclipse. And you'll notice that once you start using Eclipse, you'll notice that when it runs out and you don't notice it run out, you'll be like, bro, I'm doing no damage. And then you turn it back on and it's like, oh my god, it's Eclipse. It's literally Eclipse. If you're having trouble with damage, bro, subsume Eclipse onto your Revenants 4. And like I said, subsume, go to Dayssss, get it to level 3, get the helmet segment. There's a whole bunch of tutorials on it. It's easy. It's fairly easy. It'll take you a couple of days, I'm not gonna lie, but that's Warframe. But get your helmet segments. And Mirage, make sure you start working on your Mirage quest now, because if I would have gotten Eclipse earlier, it would have made life so much easier for different types of content. Eclipse. If you run Eclipse on a Revenant, bro, you could just blow through the game. Like Eclipse Revenant with like a Kuvazar or like a Zaw with Exodia Contagion. Now for the newer players, that sounded like a whole bunch of gibberish. But once you get once you get Eclipse, bro, the game is easy, bro. I promise you. That brings me to my next tip. YouTube is invaluable when it comes to Warframe. So many, and if you're watching this video, you are already following this tip possibly, or maybe you just stumbled across the video. I don't know how you found the video, but good job to you. You hit the jackpot. But YouTube is invaluable. Use YouTube. If you don't know whatever I'm talking about, if you don't know what a helmet segment is, look it up on YouTube and go to a vid. Boom, it'll pop up. You go follow the guide and get what you need to get. Come back to it. I have videos saved of different builds that I want to use. Literally just save videos and just cross-reference videos. It's literally research, bro. When I realized this game is a lot of research. Like it's literally like it literally feels like a job. I mean, it's obviously not. It doesn't feel like a job, or else I wouldn't be playing it. But it's literally research, bro. Just go on YouTube, be like, oh, how do you make this build? Talk to players in game. Be like, oh, how do you know, what's a good build for defense missions? They'll be like, oh, use Nova with negative duration so you can make the enemy speed up. You just learn a lot of random tips that you can. It may sound like weird stuff at first, but the more you play, the longer you play, obviously the tips will just start to correlate. You'll start remembering what somebody said a long time ago. You'll be like, oh, that's why he said that. That's why he said Eclipse was OP. Like, and another thing about high MRs be gatekeeping, bro. Like, I'll be over, like, I remember when I was doing Archon hunts, bro, the high MRs, they would be like, oh, I'll be like, bro, how do I do damage to the Archon? They'd be like, bro, just shoot it with the Latum. They forgot to mention the most important part. Shoot with the Latum while Eclipse is active. Yeah, they'll leave out a lot. They gatekeep, bro. I can't stand it. They gatekeep. It's annoying.
And real quick, going back to the early players.
So as an early player, you probably won't be able to do that much damage. So listen, hear me out. Find a clan, bro, and play on public, please. Just the first cut. You got to think about it, of Warframe as in like a cycle. So you join Warframe as a new player. You can't really do damage. You find a clan. That's very important. Find a clan so you can get all the stuff from the dojo. Find a maxed out clan so you can do all your research, so you can get your regular Bolt, your Banshee. Get you a clan, you get your Neja. Clans are very important. That's a big tip right there. Find a clan. And just finding people to play with, bro. This is a cooperative game. Now, am I saying to get carried through the game? Yes. I'ma just be real. It's a struggle, bro. It's a struggle when you're low level. You're gonna need a little bit of carrying, bro. If you want to level up fast. Now, yes, you can do everything yourself. You can look up how to do everything yourself. You can, but let's just be real. It's gonna take you longer. If you don't, I mean, you need to join a clan, but if you don't really want to play with your clan members, bro, just make sure you play on public. That's a given. People in public just I don't know, it's just easier, bro. It's just easier when the more people, the more the merrier, bro, because it helps with damage output. So as a new player, bro, find you a clan and play on a public. Don't try to be solo, bro. This is not a solo game. You need people to trade with. You need people to play with. You need people to have a clan that you can join. And the cool thing about Warframe is that the cycle repeats itself, because as you start to notice, once you get into doing higher levels, and once you start running out of stuff to do, then as a Warframe player who's already had a lot of experience, you just pass on the knowledge to the new players and bring them up. And then they eventually become veterans and they pass on the knowledge. It's like a continuous cycle of knowledge. It's like the generations of Warframe, bro. Just keep that in mind, bro. Get some help, bro. Don't do it by yourself, bro. The more help, the easier it's gonna be. I'm not saying you gotta like take trade for thousands of plat and just find somebody to just spoon feed you plat. I'm just saying, bro, just play missions with other people. Don't just be playing solo missions. You're gonna make it much harder for yourself. All right, now let's get into a little bit more, some technical tips. So what I'm about to say, I'm not gonna spend too much time on, but what I'm about to say is extremely important. Focus on open world every single day. You wanna max out your standing until you get to this stand. So for instance, Dayssss, get it to level 3. Maybe you wanna level up your Lloyd. By the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up a YouTube vid. Get your Dayssss to level 3, level up your Lloyd if you want for the mods. Get your Cetus to level 4 so you can get certain Zaw pieces. Get your Fortuna to level 5, get your Little Duck to level 4, and get your Zariman to level 5. I'm not gonna go too much in depth here, because if you're playing the game and you don't understand why I just said what I just said, and you come back to this video, you'll be like, okay, so Zariman, oh, I need level 5 for Mo Augmented, Eternal Eradicate. Oh, Little Duck, I need level 4 for Amps. Dayssss, I need 3 for Helmet Segment. Cetus, I need level 4 for Zaw. Fortuna, I need level 5 to access Little Duck. Like, I mean, I just told you everything that you need to know right there, but yeah, I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. Just focus on your open worlds, max out your standing each day with each open world. Extremely important, but let's move on. So we are nearing the end of the video. So this has been a little bit of a longer video. I didn't realize it was going to be this long, but there's a lot of, bro, I'm literally just information dumping on you right now. So if you need any clarification of anything in the comments, when you go in greater depth or detail, let me just drop it in the comments. I answer every single comment. Maybe other people will also put their input, and let me know of any information that I've missed so far that you would like to know, or any information I missed that you already know that you want to let other people know. Just, you know, just interact in a comment. Just let me know, and then we can talk about it, okay? Anyways, so we are near the end of the vid. Now let's bring upon another important tip. Builds and mods, modifications. You need mods for everything. You need mods for weapons, you need mods for warframes, you need mods for your necromet, your railjack, you need mods for art guns, you need mods for your pets. And you're not gonna have every single mod in a game. You're not gonna have access to every single mod in a game. That is why you buy mods with platinum. Here's what I do. Here's what I did. I went on YouTube. I looked up a build for first things first. You need to think about what you want to complete in the game. Let's say I want to start Eidolon hunting. I look up a good Eidolon hunting build. Then I buy the mods that I need. Then I start doing it's just you look up the build, you get the mods you need, then you buy the mods with platinum if you don't have them already. So, and pretty soon you buy enough mods and you realize you won't have to buy any more mods because there aren't any more mods in the game for you to buy. So just look up builds that you want to use and buy mods with platinum. Which brings me to the most important tip in the game. Platinum is everything. Without platinum, there's no possible way I would have leveled up this quickly. No possible way. Now, whether or not you do or do not buy platinum, has none of my concern, because when you buy platinum, it benefits not only yourself, but it also benefits me, because you're putting more plat in rotation for me to eventually get my hands on. And if you don't buy plat, it really, I don't care. It's up to you. If you're free to play, hey, then you know how to obtain plat easily now since you're watching this video. But plat making is the #1 most important thing alongside of doing your own research. So plat making is very important. So let's go over some of the different stages of plat making. Early game plat making. I wouldn't really, if you're like MR 0 to 8 and you want to get mods on average, they cost like 15 to 20 plat. So if you need some plat for some mods, there is a I don't recommend you focus on plat making, but if you found your Warframe that you want to, if you found your AoE damage frame, or you need mod for your Revenant or your new Kuva weapon, it's fairly simple. All you gotta do is grind bounties on either Dayssss, Fortuna, or Deimos, and collect the resource Aya, and use Aya to go inside of your market, go to Prime Resurgence. And what you want to do rad shares. And now if you're confused on anything I'm talking about, just let me know in the comments. But you want to do rad shares to obtain the currently unvaulted popular frames out that are getting dropped. Like for me right now, I don't know what the time you're watching this video, but for me right now it is Mag and Rhino. So if your MR's like 0, if you're like MR 0 to 8 and you need platinum for your new Revenant, your new Kuva weapon, your new AoE damage frame, go play bounties on Dayssss, Fortuna, and Deimos. Get the Aya, use the Aya, buy relics of a popular Warframe. You obtain all 4 pieces of that popular Warframe through rad shares, so you can get it quick. Make sure you're doing rad shares. So once you get that Warframe, all you got to do is sell it. You might only get 150 out of it, but you can use that 150 to buy a whole bunch of mods, because like I said, mods are 15, 20 plat. That's it. So if you got 150 plat from one Warframe set, you can buy a whole bunch of mods that you can pretty much max out a build that you've seen online on YouTube. Now you don't need to worry about we're not even finna get into that. But yeah, that's how you make plat if you have not completed New War, pretty much. If you have completed New War, you can do it that way. It may also be easy, but if you just don't want to be bothered, just chill in arbitration. Get you some Vitus Essence. Use that Vitus Essence to buy galvanized mods, and obviously just sell the galvanized mods for like what, 20 plat, bro. Yeah, so just sell galvanized mods. Everybody wants to buy galvanized mods. There's a whole bunch of new players looking to buy galvanized mods. And just play arbitration and sell galv mods. So either use that Prime Resurgence method. That would honestly probably be quicker anyway. But if you just don't feel like relic cracking, you want like a more solid guaranteed way for plat, even though it may be a little less, you're always gonna get a solid 20 plat within the first like 15 minutes of selling galv mods. It's so simple. So arbitrations, use 20 Vitus Essence. So basically what I'm saying is arbitration, your Vitus Essence is the amount of plat you have. So if you get 80 Vitus Essence in a arbitration, it will generate 80 platinum, because you can sell galv mods for 20 plat each, and they cost 20 Vitus Essence to buy. Very easy, simple way to get platinum as an earlier player. So what you want to do once you get that platinum, I highly want to refrain you from just buying the stuff. Now you, like, let's say you get that 150 platinum and you want to use that 150 platinum to buy the mods that you need for your new build. I recommend you, here's some mistakes that I made. Number 1, do not rush things with plat. When you make your first large amount of plat, like when my first Hildren first dropped, I got 2 sets of her, farmed it out with my clan, and I sold both of them for a combined total of 650. And let's just say that 650 plat was gone the very next day, because I used it to buy Zaku, I used it to rush Zaku, rush my helmet system, rush Hero, rush my hero system. I rushed to everything. Tip number 1, do not rush anything. Yeah, I mean, maybe if it's a Forma and you kind of don't want to buy the Forma pack and it's only 10 plat, but like, bro, if you don't have the plat, just don't rush, bro. Just don't rush anything. Now, oh, here I go, sound like a high MR, but no, you actually want to save your plat, because at the most you're just gonna be waiting, what, 3 days, and in those 3 days you can actually get other stuff done. So that's where the high MRs were actually right about telling me, was, of course, I didn't listen, and then I wasted 600 something plat in a day that I didn't need to waste. So yeah, so just don't rush stuff, bro. Just don't. And so we are still in the plat making tip. Like I said, plat making is the very most important tip that you need to take away from this video. So once again, let's say you finish Prime Resurgence, you sold your Warframe, you have 150 plat. Keep a baseline of at least 200 plat. Now, 150 plat is a perfectly fine baseline as well. You can use that to get, so what you want to do, you want to invest into other popular Warframes. I suggest a popular Warframe that was recently unvaulted but is already revaulted. Just choose a popular Warframe that sells for about 250 plat, right? So, you know, like a Vault. Like for me in my timeline right now, Prime Resurgence is Mag and Rhino. Vault has passed maybe a couple months ago, so but he came out in Prime Resurgence, so there's a lot of pieces floating around for him. So all I do is I post in trade chat, oh, I'm buying pieces for Vault, you know, set your price or whatever. So you can end up buying a full Vault set for like a 90 plat, and you can sell it off for 250 plat. So that's why you need a baseline of plat, so you can end up buying Warframes in pieces and selling them in sets. That's probably the biggest way to make plat as a noob. Buy Warframes in pieces and sell them in sets. Very simple, very easy, but then again, you need to build up your plat baseline from either Prime Resurgence or Arbitration. Build up that baseline, use that baseline, reinvest into a frame, and sell that frame in a full set. Very simple. And of course, the big plat moneymaker method is Rivens. I'm not gonna talk about Rivens because I haven't even gotten into the Rivens yet, but that is what I'm gonna look on in getting into. So if y'all want me to go a little bit more in depth into plat making, let me know in the comments down below, and I will make a video on beginner plat making, and not just you know, in-game plat making, waiting 7 months, like you already have to have a baseline of 10k plat, and you already have 100 sets of Vault, and you want to sell them 9 months later to make it, like, bro, this is gonna be a beginner how to make plat right now. So let me know if you want like a plat making video. This video is kind of long. If you watch till the end, bro, you are gonna know a lot about Warframe in general. You're gonna know what you need to know in order to level up fast in this game. If I was unclear on anything, let me know in the comments below. If you got any more tips, if I missed anything, just talk to me in the comments, bro. If you like this video, drop a like, drop a sub, typical YT stuff, and yeah.